I was very much reminded of the last time when we did something like this, which was called Beyond Bamyan. Will the world be ready next time? And what's very sad is to recognize that the world wasn't ready the next time. And one of the reasons why it is that I think we are caught between lawless non-state actors and the lawful countries that are trying to do something. The speed is obviously a huge problem. And I think there is something about immediate solutions and intermediate solutions and a long-term education. It seems to me that one of the areas we learned from Afghanistan is that we also have to think about what happens when the objects are confiscated. And that is that, in fact, we may not be able to send them back to the countries that are right now in the middle of a huge, horrendous war. So we might want to think about, and that's not in one of your solutions, is there a way to create a way station, an interim museum, which was actually done in Switzerland for Afghanistan. And that is that the objects come together so we don't have the situation that happened in Cambodia. Things got looted, stolen, sold as they get captured, so that with the law enforcement, we also have to do something about the heritage itself. And I think that would be another way to also just stop this idea of the commercialization of looting that then profits those who are doing the destruction. So that may be one of the ideas that we really put together, and resources have to be borne by a number of groups, government, non-government, and otherwise, so that there is something about safekeeping of the objects that are confiscated, because otherwise everything else takes much too long, and we can't wait for that while the things are getting destroyed.
I am always skeptical about when we try and put a dollar amount on an illegal trade, because truly you don't know what you don't know. But we should be very clear on one thing. There is no doubt that Antiquities Trafficking is funding terrorism. It has since at least 2005. No one should walk away from this meeting thinking that that's an open question. In terms of what percentage, you should not confuse what is publicly released with what exists. Like it or not, because of the connection with terrorist activities, the vast majority of this information is classified. Every time I speak about it, I really have to clear it and make sure that I'm not releasing classified information. Going back to 2005, when Al-Qaeda was funding its activities through the use of antiquities trafficking, it was second only to kidnappings and ransom. That's real figures on a daily basis based on my activities for 2 years tracing this. It was their number 2 source of funding. Dollar amounts, a lot. When you recognize that each dollar means a bullet in a bomb that's going to kill somebody else, $1 is too much. Move now to ISIS. ISIS, the speakers before were so spot on accurate. ISIS has institutionalized what Al-Qaeda had done in the Middle East. They have not created any new structures. It's the same smuggling architecture that has been in place, but they have institutionalized it. They have, by the most recent tally, 4,500 archaeological sites in their area, and they are making tens of millions, and that, I'm telling you, is a low figure.